YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Benji, and we back ballin'.
Tell your mans to chill. Yo, who mans is this? Somebody come get this.
Stephen A. Smith is on a press tour right now, talking about the incident that he had with LeBron James, where he was confronted in the third quarter. Stephen A.'s team, the Knicks. Stephen A. was courtside, and LeBron James ran up on him, telling him to stop talking about his son. And Stephen A. followed up, letting us know that he won't go talk about it, but because it went viral, Stephen A. had to talk about it. He had no choice. And he has not stopped talking about it since. I think the biggest problem is, Stephen A., you not being real, bro. You're being completely disingenuous as to why LeBron James came up to you.
I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffey's in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for the first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. Then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong.
Now, a lot of people are bringing up this comment from LeBron James and saying that at the end of the day, he opened the door for people to critique Bronny because he made one tweet talking about Bronny James. Man, Bronny, definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Ish is lightweight hilarious. Some is an operative word there. Hey, you know sometimes you go to the gym and you're like, bro, I'm looking better right now than some of these dudes I'm watching in the pros. The same sentiment could be used towards Bronny. So y'all acting like that's not something that people would do, particularly if they talking about their kids, it's crazy. We seen LeVar Ball talk about how his sons will beat Curry and LeBron in one-on-one and how he would beat Michael Jordan. And we threw a fit. Bron James said one thing about his son possibly being better than some of the players in the NBA, and y'all acted like he just told us that Bronny James was God. It's on y'all as well for believing that LeBron James is a fortune teller. He told y'all also that he was going to be in the dunk contest. I will admit, Stephen A. did try and preface a lot of the things that he did say by saying that LeBron James is a great father and that Bronny James had a great story and he seems to be a great kid, but he's just not ready. And even Stephen A. mentioned this previously, that he was actually contacted by Clutch Sports, LeBron James people, about the incident.
Because a couple of people text me and pissed me off, and they know who they are. People close to LeBron James talking to me about questioning him as a father. It's gotten to a point where this LeBron sensitivity is just beyond the pale. You call him the second best player in the history of the game, you're insulting him because you said he's not the GOAT. You give him all the praise in the world when he drops 40, but he has a bad night, and you say he had a bad night and you're hating. I am not a person that had a problem with Bronny James being on the court for the season opener with LeBron James. Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. were in attendance for it. It was a special moment. My position has always been that should have been the only moment we saw Bronny James in a Lakers uniform this season. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be ready. I'm not here to tell you that he won't be an NBA player. I'm not here to tell you that he should give up his dreams and his aspirations. I think the kid's got potential. I think the kid will be in the NBA one day. I watched him in the G League doing this thing. You had called me and said, Bron pissed off. Motherfucker mad as hell.
Didn't we just see this dude talk about how Clutch Sports called him about the comments that he made?
I said, what would I have done? Rich Paul said, you'd have hung up the phone and you'd flew to LA. I said, thank you. So my point is, rather than come up to me at courtside, all you had to do was say, yo, I need you to stay. Don't leave this game. I need you to see you after the game. Then as we speak,
I agree.
He says that. Let's take an example. He said what you just said. Yeah. I stand down. My bad. And not only that, I'm going to make sure I go on the air. I ain't looking at it that way. That's on me. You didn't do that shit. You said you fucking with my son. No, I wasn't. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. Wasn't about your son. I know he's number 55. I know he got work to do. Woo. I believe that he got potential. Yeah. I believe that he got the potential to go pro. I truly believe that. It's going to be tough, but I think he can pull it off. And by the way, I'm rooting for him. I ain't rooting against nobody. But I was talking about your ass. You did this. You the one that had us as reporters, as a league, as an NBA franchise. All of us got to sit back and be quiet.
Stephen A. is right in that sense. It did look real crazy. Clutch Sports was letting everybody know that Bronny was only going to be selected by the Lakers, and the Lakers had a decision to make because LeBron James said he wanted to go play where his son is playing, and he didn't care about the money.
I I mean, I know I got a show, and I know I got my podcast, but I'm like, goddamn, y'all, I'm fair.
I agree with that too, though. Stephen A. did make limited comments about Bronny James.
But when it comes to me, everybody get crickets. That motherfucker Stephen A. on his own. That, respectfully, excuse my language, that's fucked up. Number one, we know I'm right. Number two, we know the perspective that I'm coming from is real and it's authentic. Number three, he set this up. All you had to do was tell me.
Why wasn't he just bold in his face, though? There was a security guard around an arena full of people. Bond was going to slap you just to cower away the students' feelings after getting pumped to 4K. Again, did y'all want to see two black men fighting in the middle of a Lakers game? I'm going to have a quick 10 seconds to walk over there to you and just tell you how I feel, and that's just what it is. We're not having this conversation. I'm just going to let you know XYZ, and I'm going about my business. I think LeBron James said what he said. Stephen A. just accepted it for what it was based on the circumstances, the situation he was in. I mean, LeBron James is at work, technically. All in all, though, Stephen A. is a dude that says, y'all can find me. I be at the games. I'm courtside. But somebody decided to videotape it and put it online. If Kobe walked over and cussed out Stephen A. Smith in the third quarter and then turned around and dropped 44 and closed out the Knicks, I bet y'all would call it Mamba mentality and have a 30 for 30 episode about it. Not just Stephen A., but the entire NBA media has framed a narrative around Bronny James being so garbage that he's a make-a-wish kid that has gotten the opportunity to play in the big league. Like he wasn't somebody who was playing at one of the top high school programs in the country. Like he wasn't somebody playing on one of the most prestigious shoe circuits against top competition in AAU. Like he wasn't somebody who made the McDonald's All-American game and dropped, was it 17? Like he wasn't somebody who played high major Division I basketball. Like he wasn't somebody who went through heart problems. He may not have been here today. And he's humbly paved his own path. Can he help the fact that his dad is the face of the NBA? May some strings have gotten pulled? Sure. The kid got drafted 55th. Remember last year when the Los Angeles Lakers drafted guys? Oh, let's take a look at who they drafted. The Lakers picked up Jalen Hood-Schifino and Mojave King. Now, Hood-Schifino is a good kid, man. I actually talked to the guy before, coming up in the ranks in high school, watched him play. Talented kid. Unfortunately, not everybody is LeBron James. First of all, making it to the pros is luck, talent, connection, opportunity. The same thing is to be said about you being successful in the pros. We've seen plenty of scenarios of where guys are maybe not getting it done, and with a new environment or a new situation around them, they make magic happen. Jalen Hood-Schifino played in 21 games the year he was drafted and was averaging 1.6 points a game as the number 17 first-round pick for the Los Angeles Lakers last year. He has not played in the year 2025 in an NBA basketball game. Schifino's been balling in the G League recently, and it looks like, the door's open because he recently signed a two-way contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. The Lakers' other draft pick from last year is already back in Australia. 8.5 points a game, 1.9 rebounds, 43% from the field. But we're not talking too much about those guys. Okay, gotcha. This year, the Lakers selected Dalton Connect. He's played in 60 games this year, but he almost got traded amongst NBA draft picks, is number 7 in points per game. How is Bronny James, the number 55th pick, performing? Bronny James, in terms of point per game, is averaging 1.4 game, which amongst the NBA draft class is 47th. He's played in 18 games. That's good for 41st. Total points, 46th. And field goal percentage, 47. So if I'm the Los Angeles Lakers, just based off of these two draft picks, I've already excelled and exceeded what we did last year. Bronny is outperforming where he should be as a 55th pick. But for some reason, the 55th pick is getting a lot more talk and discussion than guys who were, let's say, first, second, or third pick. But for some reason, we got to beg Bronny James and beg his dad to get him out of the NBA. I mean, Twitter's on Twitter. X is going to X, right?
Do the same thing. I just do it behind closed door. I say, let me come here, man. Let me talk to you for a second. I go in and I talk to you and I present something in your ear. I'm not going to be in front of everybody. I'm going to talk to you and let you understand what I need for you to understand. And I'm going to leave it alone and we're going to go from there.
Bronny is only 20 years old, basically forfeited his whole freshman season because he suffered cardiac arrest. Had only played 30 minutes and has the weight on the world on him. But Stephen A. has got on national television telling him to give up.
You know, all the nepotism allegations, heated discussion this week. Spoiler, this is bad news for the haters. But how's Bronny doing? Here's his NBA stats. You know, not great, not a lot of playing time, but in the G League, my boy's kind of cooking. 21.9 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Let's compare him to Kevin McCullough Jr., who fell to 56 because the Lakers took Bronny. Kevin McCullough Jr. has no NBA playing time yet. His G League stats, 9.6 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, Bronny's is way better. Also, Bronny is 3 years younger than Kevin McCullough Jr. The next player drafted at 57th was Ulrich Shamshay. Ulrich's G League stats. Here's Bronny's again. Ulrich is 8 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists. Point to Bronny. Actual NBA production, Bronny has Ulrich beat there as well. And number 58, Mr. Irrelevant, Ariel Hookpody. In the G League, he's averaging 7.3 points per game, 7 rebounds, 0.5 assists. Again, point to Bronny. Man, tough data for all the nepotism crowd, the haters.
Again, here's the point. Stephen A. doesn't understand the problem. Now, there's the LeBron's haters who itch to hop on the side of whoever's against him. LeBron's frustration was not about himself, nor was it the criticism of Bronny's performance at the time. You were attacking their relationship as a father and son. You went on national television and made it seem like LeBron James was only putting his child in harm's way, knowing that LeBron James would not do a thing. So you created tension within their family, intentionally or maybe unintentionally. You didn't think about Bronny seeing your comments and developing resentment towards his dad. You didn't consider his wife, Bryce, or Zoe looking at LeBron James as a bad father because of Bronny being slandered. You, Stephen A. Smith, are not just irresponsible, ignorant, and deceptive. You are a coward. Okay, well, interesting. Like, Stephen A., he gets paid a lot of money to talk about the game. Bronny James suited up for the Los Angeles Lakers. You're in a position where you're not above reproach. People are going to talk about what you do. A lot of it is right there in front of us. I mean, we can pull up your stats. But again, the same thing can be said about Stephen A. Stephen A. is not above reproach. You can be critiqued as well. He knows what kind of picture he painted about Bronny James. Now, Stephen A., like I said, has done rare commentary about Bronny. But he's also done rare commentary about the rest of the NBA draft picks. And only Bronny James has been getting highlighted by NBA media. It comes with the name on the back of your jersey. I don't think Stephen A. really took the time to receive the information. If I'm LeBron James and you are spearheading NBA media, you're at the Mount Rushmore of NBA media. LeBron James on the Mount Rushmore of basketball players. I came to you, and maybe I expect better of you, because at the end of the day, you're the person that has NBA media on your back. They following your steps. You have the blueprint to success. A lot of people can look at LeBron James and say he's got the blueprint to how to be successful as an athlete, how to have longevity, how to be a great businessman, how to have a great family, how to have no scandals, etc., etc., etc. Stephen A., the same can be said about you. You making money talking. People are going to communications and journalism classes daily trying to figure out, how can I be the next Stephen A. Smith? You could have made your comment, I don't believe Bronny James is ready, because in the time that he's gotten, this is his stats and performances. When in almost any scenario, a 55th pick is not performing that well, statistically. We wouldn't be talking about any other 55th pick that got a couple minutes here and there. We would not be worried about his stats. We would not be talking about him like that was the reason the Lakers lost. We wouldn't be showing a lowlights clip of the 55th pick in the game. Bro, he's barely played in a quarter of the games. And a lot of these games have just been blowouts where he's seen minutes. May there have been a little bit of a oomph in order to get him to this position? Sure. Can we discuss him? Sure. I was just talking about your son's statistics. I was just talking about that. I was talking about his gameplay. How can I not talk about anybody's gameplay? Begging somebody as a father is OD. Whether Bronny James has a bad game is not going to affect the Lakers' success. If Bronny has a good game, amazing, thanks. You made the most of your minutes. That's all it should be. But, Stephen A. got a lot of money right now, so he's going to be in our face pretty frequently. At the end of the day, y'all let me know what y'all think.